Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in a war with Great Britain to get our independence. And there's a lot going on. We got the Austrians and the Americans on our side. And yeah, all of us are fighting for a better situation. We got some friends trying to invade the home counties. We're trying to invade Cornwall. And yeah, everything's good to go. We're very close to finished out on this front in China. British Niger is bailed out of the war. Egypt is improving relations. Very nice. Egypt, are you a British? Yeah, no, you're not. You're just part of this war for so... Oh, they're probably trying to get Sinai back. Russian Republic colonized Turkmenia. Okay, that's interesting. Where is my unit over here? It's over here. Alright, easy peasy. Low organization because I was goofing with military production methods. Let's get a Government of India guy in here just to make sure. Just so that we got a spare guy. And now we are in the process of invading the West Country. Once this naval battle's been fought, at least. Americans are winning their one. So the question is my army going to be able to regain organization while it's sitting around waiting to invade? And the answer looks like yes, which is very good for me. Herero-Land Kasai front. Alright, now that our forces are finished, set up defensive zones, we're going to put the Khalsa army over here. We're going to put the Central Indian Army here on the tip of India. We're going to put the Madras Army in Africa, I would say. And then we'll put the Bengal Army in Egypt. Applause is coming to town. The trade unions of the Indian Army are jockeying for minor but favorable concessions regarding guaranteed liberties. Supporters of Mohandas Gandhi are calling for a resolution without concessions. A pair of bickering children, the bane of swift and firm decision-making since time immemorial. Regardless of age or pretense of education, the beats rhyme every time. Two groups want something and will make it someone else's problem until they get it. The problem then is which babe to hand the bottle to. Let me see. Trade unions are pretty happy. Indian Army's pretty happy. I could let them bicker to make Gandhi stronger and get 5% enactment success chance, or throw a bone if it will silence them to get the same amount of enactment success chance to make one of them stronger. I'm going to strengthen the civil servants by letting them bicker. Alright, it's looking like the South African front is going to be a success. Congo has bailed out of the war, a little soon, unfortunately, but it is what it is. There is a front in Croatia, but nothing's going on with that one so far. Continuing to fight naval battles over here against the Belgian fleet. If I can only get myself another fleet. Quite short on convoys at this point. I could spend some money to build more, but I don't necessarily want to do that. British Congo has bailed out of the war. It's not great. It's not great, friends. We're continuing to fight in Africa. Ah, but the United Belgian States have bailed out of the war, so we might be able to land at this point. Come on, let me land. Let me land. Give me a ground battle. Don't wait for there to be another freaking fleet here. Attack. Attack the what? Go to Cornwall. Go into Cornwall. Okay, sorry. Do it. Do the thing. Okay, alright. Well, we'll develop some small naval battles. Alright. So now they're gone. They're gone, right? Yeah, they're gone. So now, go to Cornwall. Go to Cornwall. Here we go. Yeah. Time to get wrecked, Britain. Siam damaging relations. Well, gosh, and also golly. Allies of convenience. Just as the Guaranteed Liberties Law looked to topple, the civil servants found itself rallying with the assistance of Mohandas Gandhi. It now has the support it needs to pass without compromise. When support was called, the unlikeliest hand in the audience rose. Another hand lifted and a third behind them. The faction with the least to gain from its passage, yet nothing to lose either way, assents. Cheers of exuberance followed howls of defeat as the law charged on ahead. Welcome their support. 1% of English pops become more loyal. Stronger interest group for Mohandas Gandhi, which is the civil servants. 5% enactment chance. Or tally this favor, they certainly will. Way stronger civil servants. 5% enactment chance. I'm going to go with the second one, actually. Stronger civil servants are good for me, because they're going to be the basis of the government once this thing is dealt with. We've got a huge army here in Egypt and a much smaller army, much more modest army here in Egypt. So that's kind of an ongoing thing. We've got two fronts over here. So I'm going to put this army over here to guard that other front, invasion in West Bengal. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the Khalsa army in place over there. And we'll put the Central Indian Army over there as well. Just to make sure. As long as I've got an army in Britain, it makes perfect sense for them to be visiting West Bengal. So, you know, we'll do as we like. And they'll do their best to arrive here as they wish. Zulu has bailed out of the war. What does that do for us? That completely wrecks our fronts in Africa. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Probably means I have armies error-handled back to India. I surely do. Pakistan Defense Force needs to go to... I can't reach that front in Africa. Can I reach this one? No, I cannot. Alright, so we'll go to the front in Egypt. For the others, we'll remain in India to protect our holdings. So, now, how are things going in Britain? We are winning a second battle against Lord von Beardsley here. Beardsley is a real name. Hold on, I can't just say that. That's a real name. This is, if Ali Beardsley had been born in, you know, 1880, that's what they would look like, that guy. Alright, so is there a fleet coming to invade me here? Equatorial Lindy front. I don't know where that is. British Senegal has bailed out of the war. Okay, so I feel like as long as Canada holds, we'll be good to go. We're about to break off the West Country, and from there, the rest of... Uh-oh. Oh, that's a problem. USA is out. Oh, that's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Happily, I am... Hey! Guaranteed liberties. Wonderful. So I'm going to set home counties as my strategic objective. And before I forget, I'm just going to get Guaranteed Liberties up to level 5. It's going to take me 15,000 bureaucracy, and I've got that much. So we'll just continue to bash forward in the home counties here, and we'll just shoot it at the English until they give up. So, do they have war support protection at this stage? They don't, because somebody's going after Malta. Ugh. That's okay. We've got some time. We've got some time in Britain to go after the British in Britain before they can get anything done. They're probably going to scramble an army back here, but until they do, as long as we can keep fighting in the home counties, the place... shit. Austria's bailed out as well. As long as I can keep fighting in the home counties, the war is over. I'll scramble the Central Indian Army there as... No, I will not do that. I will mobilize my conscripts. I will not give you increased autonomy. I'm the one who decreases autonomy. Home counties is 46% occupied. I'm going to win this battle, and we'll see where it goes after that. Lower Yemen, Egypt front. That's unfortunate. We're at 92%. Alright, so if I can win one more battle in the home counties, then I'll be good to go. Force comparison here still looks rock solid. Egypt is bailed out of the war now, with Britain having stolen a bunch of territory. Alright, so Bengal army is also on its way to Britain at this point. So I am feeling extremely confident in my ability to win this, to knock Great Britain out of this war, assuming nobody pulls any chicanery. Burma? Dial it back. We've stopped up their naval invasion here, so that's fine. The British are going after Canada. But again, hopefully, I can force them to... Unfortunately, we've got split fronts. We shouldn't have split fronts. We have split fronts, but we shouldn't have split fronts. Excellent. Home counties are ours. So, that should remove Britain's war support protection. Oh boy, game's really chugging along here. Yes. So, now, they really want to reduce Canadian autonomy. British East Africa is going for a liberation of Malta and increased autonomy. So, force comparison here is looking good. Although the British are losing... No, force comparison here is looking good. Force comparison here is looking bad. So, I'm bringing another army in. Let me bring the Bengal Defense Force over to this front here. I've had weird bad luck with this front before. Things are going okay in East Africa, at least, hopefully. One of y'all's going to have to naval invade Malta, because I'm sure as heck not doing it. But we've got Britain on the ropes at this point. Not exactly clean, but in another 5 years I'll clean up the borders and do all the things I need to do to sort out my economy and all the other stuff I've got to handle. Russian Republic colonized Merv. Britain, you will give me independence. Fireside chat. General George Larkin has decided to use the new technology, the new and exciting radio technology, to connect more directly with the people. It's like he is there in the room with me. It's hard not to be convinced. It should express authority, extra authority, or it should make us look good. Extra government approval. I'm going to go for the authority, actually, because that's still quite a bit of authority. And I can use authority to deal with my popular movements. Obviously, right now, the priority is bashing away at Great Britain. How are things going in South Sumatra? Are we still in chaos here? We're not. Excellent. Well, it still is a little bit. Did I do a suppression decree? I guess I... Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh! Why is there a front over here? Shouldn't be a front over here. That's okay. We'll put both of those units over there, and then all will be well. Obviously, this is a serious drain on our economy, but it's worth it to do a bunch of damage to the British. And, by the way, this war is going to wreck the British economy because most of the British economy is... most of the British revenue is from diplomatic pacts, specifically us paying them to exist. So I am damaging relations, that's fine. Galeti damaging relations, that's fine. Not worried about that. We have 2 fronts here. Not sure exactly how that shakes out, but it is what it is. In any case, Britain will be forced to yield all the rest of these war goals within the next few weeks. Oh boy. Yeah, the game does not like late game wars by any stretch of the imagination. We lost a general, but all of our armies are looking good so far, so I'm not going to concern myself too much with it at the moment. Got another front here. Somehow we got man, or they got man when we hadn't had man. It's all the result of man. The Isle of Man. Front in here. Oh, this is what we're about. All right. Declaration of Independence. Swaraj. East India. Excellent. So, that's probably... Oh, we got plenty of episode left. So first, let's let the week go by, and we should be getting an event here. Some manner of Indian independence event. Here we go. The end of British rule. Rudderless and without the support of its colonial overlord, the East India is on the verge of collapse. It seems that English rule is at an end. Abandoning our post? What post? What army? In a few hours, this place will be swarming with Hindus and on fire or both. Now stop complaining and pick up that sack. Take anything of value that isn't nailed down, and I'll secure passage to London. India will be divided between the princes. Well, definitely not doing that. East India becomes Bengal. Enables law monarchy, enables law oligarchy. States will be divided between our subjects. This is the birth of an Indian nation, or British rule must be maintained at all costs. 20% of Pops become more radical. This is the birth of an Indian nation. Swaraj. So, this is a military dictatorship now under General Mubarak Suhrawardy. A bunch of our generals died. These things happen. Let's take another week to let things pass, and then I'll take a look at our situation and see how things are going. So, how do our politics look now? Let me see. You align with the Industrialists. The Industrialists are in government, but it's the civil servants who are the strongest, with 26% support. The Industrialists are down to 13%. The Bajralaks have 30%. The trade unions have 10.9%. The armed forces have 7%. The Riots have 5.9%. And the Hindu priesthood and the Zamindars are both marginalized. So, Industrialists, time to... Oh. Wait, hold on. Ruthless, reduced popularity. Well, that sucks. I see. Okay, so we're still in an autocracy, but it's a presidential republic now, which is really interesting. First things first, let's get us some frickin' suffrage. I'm going directly to universal. I'm not going to mess around with any of this nonsense. We're going to universal suffrage, and we're doing it now. All power to all the people. Also, we're the #1 great power in the world now. With, okay, with the game kind of bugging out a little bit. Alright, it's fine. That's fine. We are in the midst of... We've got a Reoite socialist revolt. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to grab all these excess armies and disband them into our other armies. Next, I'm going to hire some more generals. All these guys are Bajralaks guys, which is not ideal. Here's a civil servants guy. Maximum promotion. Just armed forces guy. Very cool. And a little promotion as well. Central Indian Army, we got another civil servants guy. He's defensive strategist and pious. We'll do that. Now, Khalsa Army, demobilize. Central Indian Army, demobilize. The defense forces will keep mobilized for now, just while this tiny war sorts itself out. And then around the middle of the year, or around the end of the year, I'll demobilize the other major armies. So, from here, we're a little short on cash, or on authority. That's completely fine. We've got tons of cash. I don't even need to worry about it. From here, we need to address our economic issues. So let's take a look at how our market looks. Number one, we're very, very short on sulfur. South Sumatra has a market access problem, which we need to solve immediately. We can do that. These ports are going to offer, let me see, 10 infrastructure each. How much are we going to need? A small enough number that will be completely sufficient, so that's what we'll go ahead and do. So where can we get ourselves some sulfur? British market's got plenty, but the French market has more, and we've got, well, they've both got plenty. Yeah, we'll pull in all the sulfur from Britain and France. Sulfur is a perfectly reasonable thing to be imported at this time. Got a real shortage of steamers. Wasn't thinking about that. Are all of our... Do I not have a shipbuilding industry? I must have a shipbuilding industry. I do, but I'm still building wooden ships. Alright, so we'll start building steamships. That'll be fine. That should deal with that problem in the medium term, at least. We got some clippers needed, but I'm not really interested in dealing with that right now. This will be our... oh, it's our fishing wharves. Well, there's a simple solution to that problem, and that's get them fishing with steam. Where are they? You can't hide from me forever, fishing wharves. Apparently they can. Yeah, here we go. They're already using steam. It's fishing wharves somewhere else that aren't. Okay, well, in either case, that's not my responsibility. Puppets will be puppets. Lead. Ooh, dreadnought. Excellent. Lead is next. Best way to solve this problem is to build lead mines where they're farther up the list. Where have we got lead capacity? Shan states, max them out. Burmese Shan states, max them out. And that's all. Interesting. Alright. So we will bring in lead. Once again, British and French will offer all the lead we could possibly require. Everything else is basically looking okay. We could definitely use more wood. And I know we've got wood growing capacity, so we'll get started with that. I surely don't need to be producing this much hardwood. In fact, I may be able to deal with my wood problem by mostly only producing softwood. We'll produce hardwood in West Bengal and East Bengal. And we'll see what that does to our market situation. So, softwood is rock solid now. And where's hardwood? Hardwood's hyper expensive. Alright. So, we'll grab... Let me see. Assam. Focused hardwood production. And... Agra. Focused hardwood production. And that should sort it. There's the Socialist Revolt in Rewa, not dealing with that too much. Alright. Hardwood is going just fine. Softwood's going just fine. Alright. So that's beautiful. Steel is doing fine. We got the iron. I don't have the fertilizer. And to make that happen, I'm going to need more sulfur. So that's going to be difficult. I'll need to conquer territory to do that, as we suspected before, which is part of why I took South Sumatra. I'm going to produce a little bit more hardwood here. We'll do Carnatic, and that'll be just fine. So, let me see. What was I focusing on? What was I thinking about here? What was I thinking? What I was thinking was, I need steamers. I need them bad. How productive are our shipyards? Pretty productive. Let's build more of them. Let me see. Some in West Bengal, some in Bombay, some in Gujarat. Not enough labor in Orissa. Plenty in Carnatic. Plenty in Sindh. Plenty in East Bengal. Plenty in Northern Sirkars. So that should significantly increase outputs. And now... Alright, there we go. So that should demobilize our armies. Feeling pretty good about this number right here. What a beautiful thing for India to be... Britain! Britain! Boy, if we didn't have a truce... Ha! Ha ha ha! If we didn't have a truce, Great Britain... Ha 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 ha! Alright. I'm done making weird noises with my mouth hole. I didn't wish to establish a confederacy of India. I'm doing fine. The Muslims are doing fine. All of our movements should reset to some degree here. Yeah, let me see. Oh, actually, we got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time. So, I've got some infamy to fool around with. So, where is there sulfur? Well, first of all, is there sulfur here? Anywhere in China, I could just eat chunks of China with no repercussions, basically. Nothing close by. There's one in Hunan, but I need to take at least 2 states to get there, so that's not an ideal option. Japanese shogunate has become united once again. They're a puppet of Russia, but I could steal them, potentially. What if I stole the Philippines from Spain? No, that'd be more infamy than I want. Alright. There is some capacity in Brunei. Brunei's in the French market. Okay, interesting. Is it all in North Borneo? I think it might be. Okay, so if I eat Brunei, France steps in, that's not a shock. With a force that size, I can for sure take them. This is Norway. Yeah, alright. Time to flex. Oh boy. Oh right, no valid war goals because we're eating the entire country. Yep, that's fine. Alright. Central Indian Defense Force has no regular troops in it. That's why it's goofy. It's all conscripts, no regulars. Alright, so we'll build up a regular force. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to throw those barracks at the top of the queue. Bundelkhand, are you having a problem? You are having a problem. Well, that's a crying shame. Everybody's big mad over here. A real shame. So, we've got plenty of influence to play with now. We're improving relations with China already. Let's improve relations with Russia. Let's improve relations with Austria. Let's improve relations with... Are we still improving relations with the French? Or did we finish? We nearly finished. Oh, nope, that was all my improving relations capability. Alright, so we're improving relations with Australia as well. Hey, they don't want my support for their independence. Well, that's fine. Canada. You nerds. Offer support independence, they don't want it. Interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Great Britain needs all the help it can get now that it doesn't have India on its side. Let me see. So, all right. So we're over here to the maneuvers page. All right. So France is on the warpath. I think that's fine. Let's get the Indian Navy back to India. We need another leader here. Let's go with an armed forces guy. He's a Republican. Very nice. Happy to have a lot of more Republicans. And I think... I'm going to need to upgrade that Navy eventually. So we'll send... I'm going to start by mobilizing just the defense forces. Because depending on what France decides to do, I might not need all that much of anything to do this. Unless France sort of stations a large army here in Brunei, I may really only need one force. So let me see. This is a 128 battalion army, so I will need to mobilize the Bengal army. Can I get anyone else's help with this? Doesn't look like it, but that's really not something I'm concerning myself with at this stage. Britain's going after the Marina Kingdom. Fang mass immigration, very cool. Did any of my other laws change? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm a military dictatorship now. Surprised Gandhi didn't get the presidency. Surprised it went to the industrialists, frankly. But that's why we're doing a democracy, so that we can get Gandhi in charge. Because that's the way, because that's the historical path. Our GDP has fallen somewhat, but, you know, that's to be expected with a large shakeup of the market. And soon we will have the lead that we need to continue to get our economy growing. Palmyra delimitation, that is something that we will need to handle eventually, but not yet. That will be for next episode. For now, we're just trying to get... Ooh, psychoanalysis. Wonderful. For now, we're just trying to get things sorted out so that we can... Actually, this is probably a good time to put a pin in the episode. We've gotten our independence, and we've formed India. Primary cultures are... Primary cultures are Bengalis, Assamese, Awadhi, Bihari, Gujarati, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Oriya, Punjabi, Rajput, Sindhi, Tamil, and Telugu. Excellent. And our religion is Hindu. So that's pretty cool. Obviously GDP fell because we're not exporting much to the British market. I could export more to the British market. In fact, I may. But again, that's going to have to be something we'll handle next episode. For now, my nerds, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun. And I'll see you on the other side.